Good morning, business exploration class. This is Mr. Fritch. I hope you all are doing really well, all very healthy, and you're not going crazy by staying inside all the time. You definitely were notified by the school district that we're going to be posting lessons on a weekly basis, and that we're going to be also presenting some videos, and this is going to be the first one for business exploration. So this week's unit is going to be the accounting unit, and today we're going to talk about lesson 1. In order to do lesson 1, you have to either open up the accounting unit lesson 1 notes as a Word document or accounting unit lesson 1 notes as a PDF file. And then we're going to go through the first 2 pages, and then you're going to get a worksheet. Well, the worksheet's been uploaded, as you can see under upcoming. And you're going to be filling out either the worksheet as a Word document or printing it off as a PDF and then uploading it back to me. All right, so let's get started. Bear with me. All right, so I have opened up the document that says Accounting Unit, Lessons 1 Notes. And we're just going to fill in the 2 pages of notes. The first fill in the blank is going to be accounting. Bear with me. So the first, accounting. Accounting is the process of identifying, measuring, recording, and communicating economic information to permit informed judgments and decisions by users of that information. So, for example, if you were going to invest in a stock, you might want to look at their financial statements, which are presented through their accounting department. Accounting is basically the language of business. The second fill in the blank is going to be financial statements. That's the way that accountants present their data so that users can easily read it. So financial statements present the results of operations and the financial position of the company. There are 3 financial statements that are commonly prepared by accountants to help indicate how well a company is performing. These 3 financial statements include, and we're just going to go through the first one today, and the first one is balance sheet. So that is balance sheet, the third fill in the blank. And what a balance sheet shows you is what a company's worth. It takes all the things that the company owns and lists them, their assets, and all the things that are owed by the company to others. They're called liabilities. So let's scroll down just a little bit. Bear with me. All right, so underneath balance sheet, assets are things that have value that you own or the company owns. Next one, as I already stated, are liabilities. Liabilities are things that have value that you owe to others. So an example of an asset would be if you have a pizza shop, an asset would be a pizza oven, or all the ingredients that you haven't sold yet, or the menus, everything that have values, that has a value that you own. Liabilities would be things that you owe to others, such as a water bill that you haven't paid yet, or a phone bill you haven't paid yet, or rent that you haven't paid yet. All right? And then if you subtract liabilities from assets, that's subtracting the things that you owe to others from the things that you own, you have what's called owner's equity. That's what you're worth. So owner's equity. All right? And then what I just stated is what's called the accounting equation. The accounting equation is simply the assets, the things that you own, minus liabilities, the things that you owe to others, and that leaves you with your owner's equity, or what you're worth, your net worth. All right? All right, one thing that you have to know as an accountant, when you do a financial statement such as a balance sheet, you have to take into account depreciation for items. So let's just fill in the blank first. Depreciation. I spelled that wrong. There we go. depreciation. Depreciation. That's to illustrate the decrease in the value of an asset due to age and use. So looking back on our pizza shop, remember we had a pizza oven that we said was an asset. Well, that pizza oven's not going to last forever. So you have to indicate that each year it's worth less and less. The first year it's worth basically what you paid for it, but then each year after that you have to reduce it by value. So I've given you an example here where you buy a piece of equipment that will last for 5 years and the piece of equipment costs you $20,000. So at year one, when you bought it, it's worth $20,000 as an asset valued at $20,000. But after it's got a year's worth of use, you have to reduce it by, in this case, $4,000. Because if it's worth $20,000, you divide it by the number of years, 5 years, and that would be $4,000 every year it loses in value. So after year one, it would be worth $16,000. All right, if that doesn't make a lot of sense to you, I've given you a second example. You buy a piece of equipment that will last for 4 years and it costs you $40,000. So we're going to take the $40,000 and divide it by 4, and that's going to give you $10,000 a year. So each year we're going to depreciate the value of that equipment by $10,000. So each year it will be lowered in value by $10,000. How much will it be after 1 full year of use? That's simple. You take what it cost you, which was $40,000, what it was worth when you bought it, minus the amount of use that you got for the first full year, which is $10,000. So it's worth $30,000. $40,000 minus $10,000. After the second full year of use, it's only going to be worth $20,000 because you're going to lose 2 years at $10,000 each year. So the second year, it's worth $20,000. After the third full year, you guessed it, it's going to be worth, yep, you're right, $10,000. And then after the fourth full year, it's not going to be worth anything because it's used up its life. Now, you still might get something for that if you sold it to get a new piece of equipment, whatever that equipment might be. And that's called salvage value. But we're not going to get into that. That's more advanced in accounting. All right, so you do not need to know how to do a depreciation example for your worksheet, which now I want you to go back to your Schoolology page and open up your worksheet as a Word document or your Lesson 1 worksheet as a PDF. If you open it up as a Word document, you can then just fill in the answers and then save it and send it back to me. If you can't access Word, then you can use it as a PDF, open it as a PDF and print it off. Or if you want, open it up as a PDF and open up another Google Docs and just give me the answers on a Google Docs. Anyway, whatever way works for you the best. All right, so for Lesson 1 worksheet, I'm just asking you a few questions. 1, I want you to list 5 assets that a pizza shop might own. Remember, we talked about an asset that's something that you own that has value. I've given you one example, a pizza oven. All right, you need to give me 4 more examples. Scroll down just a little bit, and I need you to give me 4 more examples of liabilities for that same pizza shop. All right, I've given you an example, an unpaid invoice owed to Max Menus for the menus that they printed up for you and you received them last week, but you haven't paid for them yet. All right, so remember, a liability is something that you owe to someone else. So you owe that to Max Menu Company. And then you need to do a depreciation example. And in this example, once again, you own a pizza shop and you buy a delivery van for $20,000. It's slightly used, so it costs you $20,000 and it will last you for 5 years before it needs to be replaced. All right, so the 2 questions are, how much does each year's worth of depreciation cost? And how much is the delivery van worth after 3 full years of use? All right, so once again, you can either do it on the Word document, just filling the answers, or you can do it on the PDF by printing it off, writing the answers and sending it back to me, or you can open it up as a Google Doc, I guess, by copying the Word document and putting it into the Google Doc, Or you can just open up a Google Doc and write down the numbers and give me your answers for each of the different questions. All right? Whatever way is easiest for you. All right? There'll be another lesson posted tomorrow, another one on Thursday, and then the last one for this week will be on Friday. All right? If you have any questions, I'm going to have office hours every day from 9 in the morning until at least 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you need to get in touch with me anytime between 9 and 1, any day of the week, and I should be there even until 2 o'clock or 2:30 every day. But for sure from 9 to 1, all 5 days. All right? I hope you all are staying healthy, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. If you have any questions and you want to email me directly, please do. Please email me directly. All right? Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.